States. It's Mark from the United States.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Mark from the States. How are we doing today? I am doing fantastic. I hope you are as well. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate each and every one of you. Today, come sit on this big fake couch with me. I love it. Today, we're going to look at a couple more videos from this past weekend. The first one's going to be Princess Anne, who reads a memoir from a D-Day sailor, and then we'll see Prince William read a letter from someone getting ready to cross the channel. Sorry, having trouble talking this morning. Always moving stuff. I appreciate all the emails that everybody's been sending me. As you know, I've been gone all weekend at a baseball tournament down south in Irvine. So I haven't been on the YouTube, but I have been able to read a lot of your emails, and it just warms my heart. All the links and stuff you guys think that I would love to see, and you know what? You're right. I do love to see it. So if there's something out there you think I would love, email me. Of course, my email is in the description of every video. It takes me a while to get to them because of just when I have an opportunity to sit and just kind of watch stuff. But I do get to them eventually, trust me. And some of them make it onto the channel if it's okay to do so. Today, we're also announcing I have set up an interview with this young woman named Jane. She lives in the Ukraine, and she is wonderful enough to allow me to interview her. So that will be the next interview coming up. We're scheduling it for I think 2 weeks. 2 weeks from this past Sunday, 23rd. And so I'm inviting all of you who have questions that you would like to know about what life's like in Ukraine and anything else to send it my way. Send me an email. Link to my email, of course, is in the description. I don't know if it's a link, but it's certainly my email's in the description. Excuse me. Send it my way. Please put the title so I don't miss it as question for Jane or question for Ukraine interview or something along those lines, so I don't miss it. I want to be able to ask your question to her. I want to thank Trev who set this up. Trev is one of our family members here on our channel, and he was awesome, who knows her and was able to connect her and I together. So thank you so much, my friend. Appreciate that. Before we get into the video, we're going to read from the book. So please, when you are ready, say stop. Okay, I heard stop. Okay. This one is entitled Having a Nose About. The Seven Noses of Soho. Where? Admiralty Arch. Ooh, okay. I think I've heard of these before. It's Admiralty Arch, Endell Street, Windmill Street, Meard Street, Darblay Street, Bateman Street, and Dean Street. In 1997, something very odd happened in central London. Roughly 35 sculpted noses appeared overnight on various buildings. Who put them there and why was a mystery for years, and all sorts of urban myths grew up around them. A nose anchored to the inside of Admiralty Arch sparked a few interesting theories. One stated that it was a spare nose for the statue of Admiral Nelson atop Nelson's column. Another was that it was created to poke fun at Napoleon, and that cavalry troop would tweak it when riding past on their horses. I love that one. That's good. It was only in 2011 that the cat was let out of the bag, by which point there were only about 10 remaining. An artist by the name of Ricky Buckley revealed that he had put them up as commentary on CCTV and snooping. Ooh. He also said that he simply wanted to see whether he could get away with it. There are just 7 left today. They are known as the 7 Noses of Soho. Although there are thought to be a couple of fakes in there, legend has it, should you find them all, you will receive infinite wealth. Visit the locations listed above and have a hunt for them, and good luck. What? I didn't know any of that stuff, but I'd heard. I saw in a video someone had mentioned it before, but there's a drawing of some of the noses. Have any of you seen those? Have any of you seen all 7? And has it brought you infinite wealth? It doesn't define what wealth is. It could be family, could be health, could be money. Who knows? But that's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. All right, sit back. Let's get into this today's video. First one is going to be Princess Anne talking about a sailor, and then we'll move on to Prince William. Thank you.
At 00:15 hours on the 5th of June, 1944, General Eisenhower, Supreme Commander, Allied Forces, took the momentous decision to launch Operation Overlord, what we now call D-Day, the largest sea and airborne invasion the world has ever seen. After 5 years of war, all that time training and waiting, who knows what those sailors, soldiers, and airmen felt. 80 years ago today, charged with storming the Normandy coastline and beginning the campaign to free Western Europe from Nazi tyranny. One of those sailors was my husband's uncle, Sub-Lieutenant Keith Simons, who, at the age of 20, was in command of 3 landing craft at Gold Beach in the first wave on D-Day. Recalling in his memoirs the evening of 5th of June, he wrote, "At last, it was time for our briefing. Our confidence was dented by predictions that casualties in the first wave were likely to be heavy. Everyone was quite subdued. But it was all very matter-of-fact. They were in those days. After supper, we sat around making light conversation and listening to the chaplain playing his violin. My cabin companion was a captain in the Green Howards, a charming man who had been a solicitor before the war. We talked about what he would do when the war was over. Sadly, he was killed in France only a few weeks later. Bayeux was close to the landing beaches, and it was the first city to be liberated by the British on the 7th of June. The city's hospitals were soon full of the wounded from the surrounding battlefield. For those who could not be saved, this was their final resting place. It is the largest Commonwealth cemetery of the Second World War in France and contains 4,140 Allied graves. It is my honor as President of the Commonwealth War Graves Commission to continue to protect their legacy. The epitaphs on the headstones here capture the grief of those who loved these men. One mother's words are, "He is not dead, whose memory lives in hearts that know and loved him." 80 years on, let their memory still live on in our hearts.
I want to go back. Let's see that again. Look at that. beautiful place. Wow. That's, yeah, over 4,000. Final stop on their journey. Just heavy. On a different note, though, Princess Anne looks amazing. But yeah, just so hard to even comprehend what they all went through, the feelings of before, sure, you're going through training and you're kind of busy thinking about training, but when the moment is ready and you're on your way there, gosh, just what they must have thought is pretty crazy. Scared, excited, maybe. Relief. Who knows? Just each man is different, each woman is different who had to deal with what they're facing, and it's just incredible. Okay, so now we're on to Prince William's. This is not from the same event, of course. This, I believe, was from the 5th of June. We did a video of the King's speech, which was really good. I believe this might be the same day at the same event. I'm not quite sure, but I believe it is. But I'm interested to hearing. This is from a D-Day soldier's diary, and I remember watching that presentation they had, and you had some celebrities come up and read actual letters, and you're reading it and soaking it in, and you're just kind of praying, gosh, I hope they survived. And some did, some didn't, and it's just like, oh, it's just a gut punch when at the end they say, oh, they didn't come back, and you're just like, gosh dang it. But yeah, hard to listen to sometimes, but it's something you need to hear, and I'm just so grateful for these people. I really am. Okay, let's hear what Prince William has to say.
Our guests of honor today are those veterans from the Normandy landing that came from across our nation and from all walks of life to join in the fight against tyranny. Many of those that took up arms had never seen combat before. Some were still only in their teens. In their letters and diaries, we see their great strength. This is an extract from a letter by Captain Alistair Bannerman of the Royal Warwickshire Regiment, addressed to his wife and written in his diary on the morning of D-Day. It is now 0300 hours in the morning, and I've just been up to the bridge. It is rather light because the moon is shining, though heavy clouds cover her. One can see the row of small ships and of darker balloons silhouetted in front and behind us against the grey sea. You, my angel, sleep gently in the nursery, I hope. Your thoughts have helped me so much. They have given me real strength. I can imagine how you listen to the news at 9 o'clock and think of me with love. I hope that Andrew's golden head rests gently and quietly upon his small pillow, and that Richard is nice and comfortable, lying in his narrow little carry-cot. A long line of flares hangs over Cherbourg, or I suppose it is Cherbourg, and a few anti-aircraft tracer shots go up in the air above the immediate front line. Funny to imagine that their Germans run around their guns. I'd like to know what they are thinking. The whole channel between us and Cherbourg is filled with little ships, which all quietly and efficiently sail towards France. The British, Canadian, and American fighting forces on the warpath.
Oh, man.
I do not believe that I can now write for very long. We can now see the French coast, and very soon we will have to play our part. I must go now and look for the landing markings with my binoculars to ascertain our landing points. So, my darling, on we go. I know that you are with me. Au revoir. God bless. I love you.
Please.
Captain Bannerman survived the landings and the war, being taken prisoner and returning home to his wife and sons in April the next year.
Awesome.
Too many never returned. They remain in some corner of a foreign field that is forever England. We will always remember those who served and those who waved them off. The mothers and fathers, brothers and daughters who watched their loved ones go into battle, unsure if they would ever return. Today we remember the bravery of those who crossed this sea to liberate Europe. Those who ensured that Operation Overlord was a success, and those who waited for their safe return.
That's good. So glad you made it back. Awesome. I love hearing these letters. It's like I said, it's a gut punch sometimes when you find out at the end. It's so, I mean, nowadays we text. It's so instantaneous. You want to send a message to somebody. Here it's like you're writing this and you're kind of just hoping it gets there. Gets back to who you want to get to. And it's not overnight. It's not within minutes like it is now. It takes a little while to get there. And especially if you're on a landing craft currently traveling across the channel, it's not like there's a post box there that you could drop it in. You've got to have, it's got to be able to survive with you at some point, and for someone else to take it and move it forward. It's just remarkable. I'm glad he made it home, though. I'm glad he made it home. But yeah, that was wonderful. I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know on questions if you have any. Like I said, it's going to be in a couple weeks, the interview. So this is, I know, something out of my comfort zone. I'm going to be nervous talking to her because it's something about real life here. Like, not real life, but like current situation. And that is not normally what I've been doing on our channel here. So I think it's something that I can learn from and to kind of get an idea of what's really happening there, at least through this young woman's eyes and her life, and what as compared to what we see on the news and stuff like that. I think it's good for me to at least be able to talk to her. So, and if you want to be if you're interested, look for that and send me some questions to ask her. I hope everybody's happy, healthy, and safe. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. We will see you later on this week. Take care. All right, bye.
Mark from the States, Mark from the States, it's Mark. Yeah.